Oh shit.
Bluffin Bob, born as Bobby Rivas, is a gambling streamer with 456,000 subscribers who bets thousands of dollars per stream. Hitting jackpots and celebrating wins, he makes it look effortless. But what if I told you these are camera-friendly lies and behind the shine is a dark truth no one talks about? Chances are you've seen Bob's videos in your feed or may have clicked on his casino-affiliated links in the hope of becoming as successful as he is. But before you spend another dollar, you need to learn that the gambling streaming industry is based on deception, and Bob is no exception. He's creating an illusion, psychologically manipulating you to empty your wallet just to fill his. Let's begin with the core lie. Whether it's Bluffin Bob betting $10 per new subscriber or risking thousands on a single spin, everything's staged. What he doesn't tell you is that the most high-profile gamblers aren't really risking their money. They're using money provided by casinos or sponsors. There's another streamer, Mr. Hand Pay. The casino offered him around $3 million for a streaming contract with the condition that he must pretend to risk his own money in front of viewers. He refused the offer because he didn't want to deceive his viewers. At this point, most streamers would take the money and fake it. With Bluffin Bob, here's the issue. He hasn't disclosed whether he's using his own money or money from sponsors, which can mislead viewers into thinking his risks and wins are real. Here's the dark truth. Even streamers who came to gamble their own money risk nothing since they are paid huge sums by casinos or sponsors. They get paid to pretend because if people get hooked to gambling, the casinos profit. Thus, it's a win-win situation for both the casinos and the streamers. Psychological manipulation is something that works on you even when you know what's happening. And this is the real weapon that's been used in gambling industry. Studies have found that gambling streams use 3 psychological traps to influence viewers. The viewers feel emotionally connected to Bluffin Bob. While other commercials are straightforward and purely informational, Bluffin Bob runs things differently. There's personal interaction and engagement, giving the sense of warmth and familiarity. Because of this very reason, people, especially the young adults, feel drawn towards him and are most likely to fall into the trap even when they're aware of the underlying reality. Most people start watching gambling thinking that watching someone else play will reduce their urge to gamble. The research says otherwise. Instead of lowering the urge, the streams stimulate them. They get so carried away by the excitement that, without even realizing it, they click the affiliated links on the streams and fall into the trap. Streaming platforms use channel points to draw viewers in. These systems deliberately mimic slot machines. People earn points by watching streams and can then wager them. This feels like gambling, tricking the brain into real gambling. If this isn't a trap, I don't know what is. What's surprising is even though people are aware of these intentionally designed traps, they are willing to risk everything. Here's what will make you furious. The gambling ecosystem is deliberately designed to target young people, especially males aged 18 to 35. But the targeting starts even earlier using strategies that go unnoticed. The research shows that these platforms have weak verification systems. Users only need to click on, "I'm 18 or older," without providing any legitimate proof. And it's not as if the platforms don't know this. The casinos and streamers know it too, but nobody stops it since they profit from the engagement it generates. What really impresses the viewers is not the skill, but the huge sums of money being bet at once. Much more than most people earn in a year. Young viewers are thrilled to watch people they admire experience big wins and losses and start to believe that this is how adults have fun, through gambling and risky bets. According to the research, video game players are more likely to gamble. Around 3 to 5% adolescents have serious gambling issues, and another 8 to 15% are at a risk of developing problems later. Certain game features like loot boxes attract players with random rewards, creating a psychological pathway from virtual casinos to real gambling. What's starting is the fact that early exposure to gambling can lead teenagers to develop serious gambling problems later in life. Streamers like Bluffin Bob know how to influence teenagers. He makes gambling look entertaining, and watching it repeatedly trains their brain to crave that risk, leading to long-term addiction. And this is all intentional because they know young minds are easy to target. Let's dig into Bluffin Bob's real earnings, because the losses we watch on screen are mostly for show. The real story hides in the revenue streams you may not have heard about. It's estimated that Bob earns about $29,600 every month just from YouTube ads that add up to about $355,000 every year. But it's only a glimpse of what lies underneath. In exchange for promoting their platforms, The casinos pay a huge sum of money to the streamers. They also make streamers sign contracts that prohibit them from revealing or criticizing the deal. Bobby doesn't make most of his money through gambling like the viewers assume. His real income comes from several sources: YouTube monetization, sponsorships, affiliate revenue, merchandise, and multi-platform presence. Bluffin Bob got temporarily suspended by YouTube for breaking some rules, but the reason remains unclear. Bob just joked it off whenever asked about this. And the pattern remains consistent: hide the money, hide the risk, and keep the viewers hooked while the profit rolls in. If you think YouTube protects its viewers from predatory gambling, then you're wrong. In November 2025, YouTube implemented an age limit and banned social casino games, but it was too late. By then, young people had already seen the video uploaded earlier. Kick is a streaming platform designed by Ed Craven, founder of Stake Casino. It was built to be less strict than Twitch. Its connection to gambling world is no secret. In February 2025, Kick added ID verification and restrictions. Despite this, they're easy to bypass. So whenever gambling platforms get tough, people would use Kick. When Twitch introduced restrictions in October 2022, people simply switched to Kick. So the problem wasn't solved, it was shifted. Years ago, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, filed a case against influencers for secretly promoting gambling. It was the CSGO Lotto scandal. Even today, similar practices continue on. Streamers enshroud sponsorships in the description, yet the platforms let it happen for their profit. Seems like even the enforcement laws work for the industry because rules exist but aren't enforced. For an instant, let's not talk about systems and regulations. Let's talk about what happens to the people who follow Bluffin Bob. Researchers found that people quickly shift from casual watching streams to active gambling, sometimes at the cost of their basic necessities and harming their family in the process. Online gambling is more harmful than physical casinos because it runs 24/7. Besides, it creates the illusion of easy wins and makes losses hard to see, leading to depression and anxiety when people realize the damage too late. Twitch streamer Sliker scammed about $400,000 from his fellow streamers and fans to fund his gambling addiction. His case illustrated how watching gambling streams can make risky bets seem normal. But this is not just about addiction, but manipulating viewers and breaking their trust. The sad part is that even when people realize the manipulation, they find it hard to break free from addiction. And that's how the system works. It's designed to prey on its viewers. Here's the reason nothing changes. Bluffin Bob and other streamers keep doing what they do, despite the harm, because when the viewers lose, everyone else profits. Whether it's the platform earning through engagement and ad revenues, the casinos gaining from the viewers' losses, all the streamers gaining money from sponsorships and affiliate deals. The fact that people in power don't fix this because they profit from it is the real kicker. And the people? Despite knowing that they're being manipulated, they don't step back because the emotional pull is too strong. All the Bluffin Bob is often blamed for deception. He doesn't intentionally hurt anyone. He just happens to work in a system that's already designed to pull money from people who are vulnerable to gambling. Here's what Bluffin Bob's always been vague about. He never clarifies whether the money he gambles is his own or provided by the casinos. He never discloses the money he earns from ad revenues, engagement, sponsorships, and affiliate deals. He never reveals about the harm his streams cause either, or the fact that his income increases when the viewers lose money. But that truth is, he isn't required to disclose any of this because transparency is no longer a part of today's regulation. What you need to understand is that you are not in the customer of Please Coming Strings, but the product from which they profit. When you give them attention, click on their links, or lose money because of their manipulative tricks, you make them earn more. And even when you know you are being manipulated, you can't escape it fully because it is designed that way. The platforms and the streams are built to excite you and make you trust them as if winning is easy and gambling is normal. So, what exactly is Bob hiding from all of us? Well, the dark truth Bob's been hiding isn't about him personally, but the system he represents. A system that's designed to pull money from viewers while pretending to be harmless. So what do you think? Did you find this content fascinating in any way? Let us know in the comments section. And if you want to stay updated with such contents, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.